Good morning, my name is Steven and today we're here in Cozumel, Mexico. Now we have been going to Cozumel quite a bit recently on this channel. I mean, we've done it on Celebrity Summit, we've done it on the Disney Dream, we did it a year ago on the Disney Fantasy. So we've been here quite a bit, we've done a few different things. This one's gonna be more of a chill day. I kind of woke up late, it's about 10 o'clock right now, which is not that bad, but we have a short day here. We're gonna be leaving at 3:30. Not the longest port stay that I've ever had in Cozumel, certainly one of the earlier ones, but I think we have a long distance to get back to Galveston. More so than it would be to Florida, so that's probably the reason. And later off the night, it's going to be Royal Night or Formal Night, so that's Lobster Night. We get to see the new Royal Caribbean Lobster policy in action. We're going to have a great time aboard Allure of the Seas. It is dead right now, so we're probably going to come back pretty early on and just explore the ship as is, because I like when it's empty. We didn't get that yesterday because we missed our port, but today is going to be a great day to explore Allure of the Seas. Now we have been in port since 7 a.m. ship time, which is actually 8 a.m. We never actually switched the time zone, so we are on a different time zone than Cozumel. Whenever you're in port, be aware of what ship time is versus what local time is. There's a difference, and I haven't really experienced that in a while. I was totally expecting for us to go forward an hour to adjust to local time. Never did that, and that's fine, because I have my watch that I'm never switched, so I'm glad it's just on Galveston time and I don't have to worry about it anyway. So my dad has decided that he wants to chill by the pool, which is totally fine. I think that's a great opportunity to do it when you're in port, especially if you have no attachment to the port, don't really want to explore, then stay back on the ship. It seems to be dead empty, and we'll talk a little bit about that when we get back on board. But for now, we're gonna go see what we can do immediately in the port. Goodbye, Allure. We'll see you real soon. Always have to touch the ship. Also, this ramp is steep. We're here in Cozumel, and it's windy as heck. Today, we're in port with the Celebrity Reflection, and I'm sorry, but she just does not compare in size to Allure of the Seas. It is phenomenal to see how big Oasis class really is, especially when you're next to another ship. Sometimes when you're on board, yes, it's obviously easy to marvel, especially with Central Park and Boardwalk being wide open. But when you see another ship next to yours, it's amazing. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, Celebrity. Something that they're not running right now, though, they usually have a guard dog, and they usually look for fruits and vegetables that you bring off the ship, because a lot of guests like to do that. And I've seen plenty of tables of fruits sitting right here because they catch all the guests bringing it off. Don't bring fruit off. Follow the rules. So when you get off the pier, immediately you can find a Margeritaville, which seems like a really popular place, especially since it's the first place you get to see when you get here. Convenience, I think, is the #1 thing for a lot of people, and this is certainly the place of convenience, and everybody is going here. It is fully packed. They do have a Cozumel sign. Unfortunately, we are not the lucky ship, and ours is hidden behind the reflection. So maybe next time we can catch a picture of Cozumel and our ship. But shout out to all those celebrity goers. You guys really won out this time. And there's a huge line for the picture too. So I really hope everybody here is on Celebrity and not Allure. That'd be really weird. Look I was in Cozumel. Here's my ship. Ignore my hair, but Senior Frogs is right here. Always a good time at Senior Frogs. They're having a blast. The servers are walking around blowing whistles, and everyone's got balloon animals. It just looks like a great time. I need to get out of this copyright music, but it's right next to the Cozumel sign. So you find the Cozumel sign, you find Senior Frogs, and vice versa. There's a huge line of with a guy holding free shots, and basically they all went and did a line, and they're pouring free shots, which is really cool. Straight to the mouth for harassment. Anything for a free shot, I suppose, people will do. It is quite entertaining for me. I don't know if I'd go that far for a free shot, but you know, hey, when you're in Mexico, the rules don't apply like they do in the US, I feel. I don't even know if what I said made any sense. Maybe I've had that shot. I'm sorry if you're looking for me to go to Senior Frogs or Margeritaville. That's just really not what this channel's about. It's not what I do. I don't drink, and I'm really not that kind of party person. I'm really more like an old man who just kind of sits and watches things. I like learning things, and that's why most of my videos have just been information dumps, and that's what this is going to be mostly. I'll probably give a few suggestions too about what you could do if you were smarter than me and planned something, because coming here last minute may not be the best option. But I've just been walking around lost. This place is a maze. I don't think I've seen a map of the port. They have signs to get you like where you want, like the highlights, say a taxi or back to your ship. but it's not like a clear path. It is a maze. I don't know where I've been. I think I've been walking circles for the last 20 minutes. I can't tell if I've seen the same place before already or not, but there's a lot of shops. If you want to go shopping, you're fine. Also, there's plenty enough bars too, so you want to go drinking, you're fine too. I mean, no better place than Mexico, right? Not really my thing, but if it's your thing, all to you, I suppose. But diamonds seem to be a really big thing here in these stores. There's a lot of options to buy jewelry. Probably a deal to be found, but make sure you definitely bargain with them. This is definitely the place to do that. Don't just take the first price. Try to negotiate them down a little bit, because they're really trying to sell you high, because they know you're going to work them down. Here's a fun shot. All the guys sitting outside waiting for their women who are inside in Effie, probably getting a free charm or looking to buy a free charm. Alright, I think I've killed enough time. I've been here for like an hour, just walking around in circles, looking at shops, not going into them really, because I don't really have any money, so that's why we're not going into them. But we're just going to go back on the ship and talk a little bit about some short series that you could possibly do when you're here in Cozumel. So here's one thing that's different from the last time I was here. You actually have to go through security in the port. Security's right there. I'm sure they don't want me to record this, but just letting you know. There's a chance that you do security off on the port, which is weird. Last time I didn't. We just showed the card to get back in. This time we do. I guess it changes depending on who's in port. I'm not really sure. Thank God we didn't have to go through security. Only once, in the port, not on board. I love when that happens. Also, there's escalators on this ship. That's crazy. Out one door. Let's do it all again. No, I'm just kidding. We're not getting off again, but we could. Now that we're back home, it feels so good. Remember how I've been closing off a lot of these videos in the boardwalk and it's been completely empty? Well, here we are again. It's the greatest feeling. Port days are a great day for Oasis class because then you can just stay on board and it's really, really light because there's so many people on board. They do a good job at splitting up people, but it does get crowded at times. I forgot it was windy. Oh, it feels good though. It's also pushed me back the other way. I guess we're gonna sit at Sabor and have a quick chat about what you could do in Cozumel. Now, overall information, just general, if you're getting off in Cozumel, there's 3 ports that you could possibly go to. It's gonna be either Puerto Maya with Carnival brand cruise ships, International with Royal Caribbean brand cruise ships, or the third one, I think, which is Punta Lagosa. Those are the 3 possible piers that you can land up at. They're at 3 different parts of the town. Here's a quick map to look at it. Now, it's not for certain that each of these cruise lines are going to go to their dedicated piers, but that's generally what happens. Make sure you do your research, that way you know it does change how far things are for you. Because if you're going anywhere and you're doing a taxi, they do have boards in which tell you exactly how much it will cost you to get to each location. And that price depends on where you are. Like, obviously the different ports, different price. Honestly, the international port, not the greatest thing in the world. There's enough shopping and dining for you to do if you want to get off and not go too far. Not my favorite place. It's not my favorite place in the world. There's definitely better piers here. But, you know, Senior Frogs is a really popular place, like I said. It's jamming over there, and so is Margeritaville. You're in good hands in those places. My preference, though, if I were to come back, and I wish I would have done it this time, but I don't know, poor planning kind of fell beneath me, and I just never got to it. So what I suggest you do if you come to Cozumel is I would recommend you do one of those all-inclusive beaches. There's 3 main ones: Paradise Beach Club, Mr. Sancho's, Playa Mia. Now, all 3 of those beach resorts, you could do different packages like all-inclusive, or you pay by a la carte. I recommend the all-inclusive package. That's drinks and food, all unlimited. And then obviously you're at a beach, and some of them have pools and water sports activities. We did Paradise Beach Club, Jalen and I, and we loved Paradise Beach. I want to try the other 2. Eventually, I want to make a full port guide. This is kind of like a half port guide right now, and what we're talking, but those are my suggestions. Then there's a few dolphin resorts. There's 2 dolphin resorts that you can book through the cruise line or book directly through them. Dolphinaris being one of them. And I actually went to Dolphinaris. It was a lot of fun. Got to see dolphins. There it is right there. There's a bunch of different things you could do in Cozumel. A lot of them all regarding water sports. But if you really wanted to, if you're really a history buff, then the option is probably you want to go to the Mayan ruins. The Mayan ruins are pretty cool. I recommend doing a tour to that. Really great place for photos. A really great place to learn a lot about the history and some of the culture. Plan ahead of time. Don't be one of those people that do last minutes. Now, I saw some last minute opportunities to go to like Playa Mia. I didn't want to do it by myself. I don't trust 100% the taxis here because there are stories of people getting redirected from taxis, or like they lie and they say we can't take you there or whatever. If that is the case for you, get out, find a new taxi. It happens. And when you're by yourself, I feel a little less secure about them. And maybe I'm wrong in my thinking, but no, I'm not gonna do that. Though one thing I wanna mention is, out of my entire time walking around the port, I was amazed that not one vendor came up to me and tried to sell me anything, because it happened quite a bit. There was constantly people around me getting pulled over to jewelry, like, that's just what I saw in peripheral vision. No one ever came to try and sell to me. I don't know if it's just because I look like I ain't gonna buy nothing, or maybe I just got one of those faces. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I wasn't gonna buy anything anyways, but I kinda felt left out. Anywho, let's go explore a ship that it's empty. Though now that we are in port day, I will say it is empty, but that's because there's really nothing going on Boardwalk. I mean, the carousel's closed, the rock climbing's closed, there's nothing at the Aqua Theater, and Boardwalk Doghouse is closed, which is my favorite place to go and grab a snack. Needless to say, I'm kind of sad that I can't go just grab a hot dog really quickly. One thing that is open, but is pretty empty, is guest services. Shout out to the time when we waited forever to go get my card fixed. Does anyone remember that from day one? Because I certainly do. It's kind of nice to be able to walk around. I mean, there are people here on the promenade, but it's pretty empty. Maybe we should go to next cruise, because you never know. Sorrento's. We haven't gone there because of dairy allergies, and there's really not much that they could do for me. I guess I could have a plain pizza with vegetables and stuff. It doesn't really sound too appealing to me. Now, all the shops are closed in ports, just due to taxes reasons. A lot of the things you buy on board are duty-free. When you're in port, that can't be the case, because you're in port, you'd have to pay Mexican taxes. So that's why shops are closed. So we did a lot of our shopping on day one. They have no ship models. I don't think I talked about it on this channel, or I don't think I've talked about it on this series. There's no ship models. We found out that there's actually a shortage of them across the fleet. Apparently, they're trapped on a container somewhere. So I think I gotta go start diving through containers, because these ship models, I need one. One great thing is the elevators are kind of wide open. Let's go to the pool deck. One thing I was hoping to be open was the zip line. Darn, I guess I can't do it. Oh boy. Oh, I'm so sad about that. I'm really torn. I really wanted to do it. I have no fear of heights. Such a lie of all those things. We're gonna force myself to do it tomorrow. Check out tomorrow's video. It's closed right now, so that means we gotta do it tomorrow on the last day, right? Oh God, why did I say that? That means I have to do it. It is just so crazy to be like all by myself on the sports court. Now nothing's open. It's kind of unfortunate, but still, that's cool. I went up to the flow rider though. It is crazy up there. The wind is so strong. I almost lost the camera. I couldn't hold on to the camera. It was that strong. So don't go up there. It might be why things are closed, but I think honestly it's just because there's nobody on board. Everybody's out having a great time in Cozumel, which I wish I was doing, but look it, like there's nobody, like, hello? Private yacht? Largest yacht in the world? Of course, and everyone's gonna come back and it's not gonna be that great, but we'll enjoy what we can. This is kind of great. Okay, after the little bit of exploring, I must say, it is like really dead up there. Like, there are a few pools and jacuzzis that are just wide open right now. We are gonna have to take advantage. I recorded the ones that were empty because they're empty and free game. I didn't want to record anybody in the pools or jacuzzis because like they're on their own thing. They're not trying to be recorded. So respect to them. We didn't record those pools, but there's really like only like one family or like one group, maybe two couples at most in some of these pools. It's really not that crowded. It's pretty wide open at the moment. We're gonna take advantage. So obviously it looks a little skewed because we're not showing the pools with people in it. There are pools with people in it. But it's really only maybe one family or two families or a couples. Not really that many people, not overwhelmingly crowded. Some of the days I've seen on board, it has been packed. So we're gonna take advantage right now. You're gonna see probably the first time ever that I am going to go and swim in a pool on board a cruise ship. I didn't do it during the pandemic when we had light numbers. I didn't do it when we were in the Caribbean last time, but you have to take advantage. There's so many pools aboard and there's just so little people right now, and it's only 12. Oh my gosh, it's only 12. Whew. 3.5 hours to take advantage before everybody starts coming back. Let's go ahead and change. Boom. And we've swapped to our swim trunks and a GoPro. I am so lame with these transitions. I feel lame. Do these look lame? I don't know. Comment down below. We're gonna go to the pool right now. When's the last time you've seen me on this channel go to a cruise ship pool? I can't even remember the last time that I've seen me do that. So if you can comment, that'd be crazy. We've done slides. But we haven't done just being in a pool. We talked a little bit about Cozumel and how great that was, but this is pretty great right now, so we're gonna do something that we don't normally do. Changing it up. Well, we made it to the water. Though it's empty, it's kind of cold. I think that's why it's empty. Yeah, it's a little cold. That was enough alone time. We have found Dad, and we're gonna go eat lunch in Park Cafe. That is open, and we haven't been there since day one, so it's a good time to go back. I haven't been there since day one. Dad apparently has gone twice.
Push them open. Come on.
That was a decent lunch in Park Cafe. Probably not the best experience we've had in that restaurant across any of the ships. The meat was a little dry and overdone and not really seasoned that well. Definitely better on day one. Mileage may vary when you go to Park Cafe. Just be warned about that one. Dad had a salad though. That was good. Can't mess up a salad. It's been a little bit since we've updated the vlog. Just been doing work. I know it's kind of annoying that I'm not really going out and doing every single thing on board, but it's kind of a luxury that I'm able to do a little bit of work while on board. It's like better than an office, I guess. Don't take that for granted. Had a little bit of time at the pool. That was nice. But now it's off for dinner. It's formal night, and I know, not exactly the most formal thing in the world, but my dad has the exact same shirt. I got us matching shirts, so we would wear it for formal night. We'll find him in a moment, and then I'll prove to you that we're wearing the same shirts, because obviously it just looks like I'm wearing the shirt by myself. See? I told you we're wearing the same shirt.
Raymond. We're Raymond. We're going to be in the movie Raymond.
I have no idea what reference. If you get what he's talking about, then sure. We're here, back in the main dining room for the last night, because tomorrow we have a specialty restaurant, so time to enjoy it while we can. It's royal night, that means formal night. This menu is only on 6 nights or better, and that's where you can find a lobster night. What would you get tonight? It's formal night, we have to try the lobster on camera. I haven't really been doing it much, but we'll try this bite, because I'm not a big fan of lobster, but we're slowly growing to like it, and that's what cruising's about. Just trying things that you don't normally eat, and seeing what you like. Lobster hasn't really been one of those things for me, but maybe today's different. It doesn't help that I'm allergic to dairy and I cannot have butter, but I mean, it's overall, like, I could see but just so you know, Royal Caribbean now has a new thing where you can only get one lobster, and the extra lobster is $16, which, I don't know if that's expensive. It seems a little expensive to me, but lobster always has been an expensive thing, so that's why cruising has always been known for its lobster nights. Royal Caribbean is definitely limiting it now with only one lobster per person. So if you're in a bigger group, my recommendation is if not everyone eats lobster, everyone should order the lobster and then just share it and pass it around. That's kind of the best way to operate, because like in my family, most of us do not eat lobster. But there's a specific uncle that I'm thinking about that if we all got one, we would all pass it to him.
Not too late. That's for him.
Yeah.
Go for it. And you're on camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
They each ordered one, and my dad ordered an extra one for him.
I'll take it.
Shout out to our table neighbors who we've been with the entire cruise. They've been fun to talk to. We've come back to the cabin, and look, it's already time to depart. Oh, I hate when we come back to find luggage tags. Let's talk dinner. I think the Royal night is some of the best Royal Caribbean has to offer. Lobster was good. Lobster's growing on me. Not there yet, but maybe in a couple other cruises. I'm getting used to it. I'm liking it a lot more than, say, a year ago. Then after that, I got the cod. Cod was pretty solid, actually pretty good fish. Then Dad had the chicken Marcella, which I don't think I actually recorded, but you'll have to take my word, that was a really, really good dish. Dad loved that one. Then for dessert, vegan dessert, it was the chocolate banana one, which I'm not the biggest fan of that one, I will say. Now moving on from dinner, I just want to quickly mention that I didn't capture this, but we were still in port at 5:30. We were supposed to leave at 3:30. Well, all aboard was 3:30. Supposed to be departed by 4. A Royal Caribbean tour was actually delayed, so they do guarantee you if you take a Royal Caribbean shore excursion, they will wait for the excursion. It's not your fault. They will wait. And I've never actually seen it in practice, but today they had to execute. They actually had to hold up on the words, so we stayed in port for 2 extra hours, and I'm sure they wanted to. And sometime halfway through dinner, they pulled up the lines, and they're on our way. Today has just been mostly chilling and enjoying the empty ship, but now the ship's back in full gear. What do we have tonight? Tonight is Ice Games and Mamma Mia. We did already see those shows, so check out the previous videos if you're interested in that. I do give a full review and my thoughts. Today, I think it's going to be more of the same. Tomorrow, though, I will say, we're going to face fears and go up there. Much to look forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the carousel, the zip line, maybe flow rider if we're not getting blown off course, maybe rock climbing if my upper body strength that doesn't exist decides to show. We'll see. All in tomorrow's video, but I promise you it is going to be an exciting video. I thank you so much for sticking with me through this series thus far. I know it's been a tougher one, it's been slower. We lost a day in port, we didn't do much today. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope that you learned a little bit about Cozumel, saw how beautiful Royal Night is, and maybe you'll get a lobster yourself on your upcoming Royal Caribbean cruise. I am actually a little tired, weirdly enough, even though I haven't done much today. I guess we'll just we'll have to check back in and do all those exciting things that I mentioned earlier. Check out tomorrow's video as soon as it comes out. As always, this isn't a goodbye, but just a see you real soon.